Welcome to Wednesday Evenings at the Genome 2022, the DNA Cafe Ice Cream Social. So tonight's event is really a very ambitious experiment. We've never tried this before, and as far as we know, it's never been done. So, as with any experiment, we anticipate there are going to be challenges along the way, and although it is very unlikely for any major disasters to occur, please bear with us as we go through this program. So, what we're doing today is we're modeling a cell, and so a cell is the basic unit of a body or an organism. All cells need the DNA code, and the DNA code is made up of 4 base pairs: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, which make up the sequences A, T, G, and C. The code codes for proteins that do work in the cell. They ferry things back and forth across the membrane as well as carry things around the cell. They're the elements of the cell that does work and makes the cell function. So the cell works kind of like a restaurant with a lot of different proteins or people doing a lot of different things all throughout the cell, and they need to work together in order for the cell or the restaurant to function. Interestingly, the DNA that codes for all the proteins is kind of like the menu which codes for all the foods that the restaurant can make. Also, like in a restaurant, RNA is transcribed from the DNA code in the same way that a server will transcribe or write down your order onto a ticket. The RNA message is translated into a protein in the ribosome in the same way that the ticket from the server is translated into the final food product in the ribosome kitchen of the restaurant. So tonight we are going to make a protein, but instead of making a protein, we're going to make ice cream sundaes. We're going to make ice cream sundaes based on genetic code. And so when you arrive at the restaurant, you're going to order a gene off of the DNA menu that transcribes a specific ice cream sundae. Using the waitstaff code, you're going to write down your order using a genetic sequence. Then, in the ribosome kitchen, based off of the amino acid translation code, we will assemble the different ingredients of your ice cream sundae to create your final ice cream sundae. So when you arrive, you can get a head start by picking your ice cream sundae gene. There's a brief description, but you can also look at the code to figure out what are the pieces of your ice cream sundae. For example, right off the bat, we have the template code, temp, TAC, which codes for the RNA sequence AUG. Remember that T becomes U in the RNA waitstaff code. Therefore, that will be transcribed into an RNA sequence that is AUG, which will translate into a bowl in the ribosome kitchen, the essential element of an ice cream sundae. Next in the sequence, so the second codon, is going to be AAC for the Chocolicious gene. AAC codes for the RNA sequence UUG. Again, remember that T becomes U in RNA. In the ribosome kitchen, UUG translates into a scoop of ice cream in the ribosome kitchen. This way you can figure out what exactly are all the ingredients in each gene on the DNA menu. When you've picked out your gene, you're ready to transcribe the RNA for your sundae. First step is to write down the gene name as well as check the box for the gene that you're going to be ordering. Then you're going to use the waitstaff code to transcribe your order into an RNA sequence. You can line up your RNA sequence with the template DNA for the Strawbella gene. And here we can see T will then become an A on the RNA, A will become a U, C will become a G, A will become a U, G will become a C, and so on. When you're ready, you can move the RNA over to match up with the template to then complete your RNA sequence. Once you've transcribed your RNA sequence, you're ready to take your ticket to the ribosome kitchen to be translated into your ice cream sundae. Our ribosome chefs will match your genetic code from your RNA sequence into your final ice cream sundae based on the amino acid translation code. This way, we're making sundaes in the exact same way that the cells of our bodies make proteins that do work in our cells. So let's make an ice cream sundae, and we're very excited to have you come and join us for this very ambitious experiment, and we hope that you come and have an excellent time.